Hi everyone, today we're going to start our course on how to develop our writing skills. Now, in the following lessons we're going to look at different types of written documents, as well as work at vocabulary units that will make your writing sound more logical, natural, and interesting. And today we're going to start our lessons with formal writing, in particular formal letter writing in English. Now, why do we have to write a formal letter in English? Normally, a formal letter is written when you do not know the recipient. Here, this person has never been introduced to you. They don't know you. They wouldn't know Chris Reese from John Doe. So in this case, your formal letter is your introduction as well. This lets the other person know everything that they think they need to know about you. And it's important to use proper formal language in these cases to make a good first impression. Now, formal letters can be written for a variety of reasons. For example, to present information, or to make a request or an inquiry, as well as to recommend someone or something, as well as a few less pleasant things, like to complain or to apologize. Now, it's very, very important when you're writing a formal letter that you keep in mind who your audience is. Because while we say formal letters, there are different degrees of formality. Do you need to be semi-formal? Do you need to be just very, very formal, so much that you are constantly speaking in formal English? And all of this will be determined by who is receiving your letter. Who is your audience? They determine what the tone is. And as always, when you are writing a formal letter, no matter how formal it is, you need to make absolutely sure that your grammar and your spelling in particular, are excellent and without mistakes. So I've talked a lot so far about how important formal writing is. However, how do I make formal English? What is required for English to be formal, or what is required for it to be informal? So let's examine formal language for a second. To begin, formal styles of writing should use sophisticated vocabulary. Now by this, I mean that instead of saying words like smart, you should instead say intelligent. Also, avoid using any phrasal verbs in English. For example, instead of to find out, you should say to discover. And instead of to put off, to postpone. And to say sorry, to apologize. Here, every phrasal verb in English has a singular verb equivalent. That is the verb that you are going to need to use, particularly in formal writing. Next, be sure not to use any strong emotional words or idioms. For example, if I'm writing formally, I should never say, I felt under the weather, because that's an idiom. It's more casual. I should say that I felt slightly ill instead. And instead of saying a phrase, for example, like terrible experience, I should temper it. I should make it less. And I should say something like an unpleasant experience instead. As such, when you are reading formal letters, you should understand that words like unpleasant experience may be much stronger than they are written literally. Next, be sure to use full sentences without omissions or contractions. For example, the word didn't, or the word didn't, should become the phrase did not, and the word haven't should turn into the word have not. This is true for any and all short forms and contractions. Even though we speak with them, and even though in some formal situations people may still speak with them, we never ever write with them, especially in formal English. Next, be sure to include set phrases and cliches that are very typical of formal writing. Here, this may feel a little bit like